Hi there. Welcome to Design Your Own Board and Card Game. I'm Stefan Rasprich. I've designed my own game, Pilots of Galaxia, mainly as a way to organize the cinematic story world that I was building. Uh, but it turned out to be its own Kickstarter and successfully managed to raise a few $100s to advance that game. But it's mainly the process of building the game, and what I teach in my game design high school classes is how to find the games that you love or that are really draw you in, and you always seem to have some kind of idea on how to improve that experience. And for me in Pilots of Galaxia, it was playing Ticket to Ride and realizing that I was so absorbed in my own game engine I wasn't interacting with the other players. So that's part of Pilots of Galaxia, is to build in that uh, contact with other people, and it's physically done. So yeah, I'm going to take you through in this course a design that I'm currently working on right now. So you're going to kind of understand in real time how this process works and how I develop things, and some of the shortcuts that I figured out along the way, and and to just make this a really fun experience. And it could be just let's print and play this, let's play it with our friends and family, or it could go somewhere further. So the four kind of main softwares that I use are number one is Canva, and that's you can see a card up here on the screen, and that's um, you know that it's a great design tool. It's got plenty of free assets and icons that you can use. Um, the other is Component Studio 3 now. It just has rolled over from Component Studio 2, and it has some really good starters. And the great thing about Component Studio is that it is tied into the Game Crafter, so you can build a game in there, you can export it, and you can have it for sale pretty much right away. So that's a really great kind of aspect of Component Studio, um, and you can get very granular with the coding of the game cards themselves. So that's really important for your game design. And like I said, I've found a few tricks that work for me, and hopefully you can use them as well. The other one I would suggest is Google Sheets, and I mean our company Infinite Mind Pictures uses the Google Workspace, so we get this. But this is where you can organize some columns, and Game Crafter requires a certain format, quantity name, and then all of your other columns. And there's a really nice way that you can kind of build things in these days with Component Studio, where you just reload your Google Sheet file, and away you go. So yeah, you might see in here a little indication of the kind of game I'm working on. It's a trading card game that is based in soccer, or any sports game that involves offense and defense. Actually, I started designing it actually to be kind of a follow up to the World Series, because I'm a huge Toronto Blue Jays fan, and I was just wanting to give the experience of a Pokemon kind of experience where kids play and they've got their favorite characters, and these are players, but you also can experience the offense, the defense. Yes, vicariously living out your childhood hero, but also being a coach and understanding what those elements are of strategy. And because when I'm watching baseball or any other game, I'm always thinking of the coach's side, and the choices that they're about to make, and how they would match with mine. So I want to get that experience across. What I love about Pokemon is the evolutions, and how that is such a driver in that game. And so, of course, I want to change that game slightly. And one of the things I found was that it was kind of a barrier to entry with the complexity. So I'm trying to simplify that. However, I'm discovering that it's easier said than done to have that kind of complexity. Anyways, the great thing about Google Sheets is you can link it directly to Component Studio. It lines up everything. It immediately brings it in, and you can make adjustments on the go. There's just some really great copy and paste features inside this spreadsheet that I'll teach you about, and a bunch of other things that you might not kind of know, just working in spreadsheets, and how to kind of organize everything in what I call the one sheet to rule them all. Yes. So that is the data. And oops, I turned Canva off. Okay, yeah. So the other Bordacy is a really great new kind of tool that's out there, and I did talk to the CEO trying to get some educational licenses for my class, and they're wonderful. They're just like, yeah, go out and use this, and I'd also like to promote Bordacy. I think they're great. What they have is a bunch of tools, and this is just one little small aspect of it. But I just wanted to give you a taste of the different kinds of tools that they have. Mainly the P&P, or the print and play cards layout. I mean, this is what I work with my students. We're constantly print and play. You can just browse some files. You create your PNGs. I find in Canva you can download them as a batch, and then you can go in and upload them very easily. So I'm just going to select a few here to upload, and I'll just open them. And yeah, once they do that, you just choose your grid here. So they uploaded really fast. I'm not going to need a card back, and yeah, not sure why I'm not getting the printer. Okay, well. Oh, generate PDF. There we go. That's it. One little thing that I didn't see. So it generates a PDF. I can download it, and it's in this format. And basically, I just get my scissors and print it off and cut it out. And it's really a good insight into, when people don't have maybe a nice color printer. And they want to get the understanding of your experience. Your universal design for learning kind of kicks in there, and that's where you start thinking about accessibility features and patterns and other ways of representing things so that people get the information if it's not color-based. So there we go. That's kind of like an intro to me and to my style. I just want to see if I can go to Bordacy and see some of the featured tools. So that is my dashboard. Okay, games. Probably don't have a game yet. Oh yeah, Baseball Universe. So there we go. That's yeah. So I guess seeing Board Game Geek here, and you can check out my game on Board Game Geek. I think it is a 9 rating, but I think that's my rating. And anyways, you can catch my game, though, on Tabletopia right now, and we're actually developing it into a video game. So that's exciting for us here at Infinite Mind Pictures to be working in that direction. So if any of this interests you, come and take a look. Sign up for the course. I think our first ones will be structured and together. You and I in a small class, and then I would like to, through that process, offer a self-paced class. If you're really wanting a self-paced class right away, just let me know, and maybe that's where I'll start. Thank you.